Hi, and welcome back. I've decided to do a reading vlog. I was planning to film this like ages ago. I wanted to do it last week and then I wanted to do it during the weekend, and now it is Monday and I'm only starting it today, but that's okay. I have quite the busy week ahead, so I'm not actually sure if this is going to be like a 1 week or maybe like a 2 week reading vlog. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. Kind of depends how much I film the next few days or how much I read. I feel like everyone and their mother is in a reading slump right now, including me. I am somehow in a massive slump. I'm 5 books behind my reading challenge and I don't even want to think about it, and I keep thinking I'm getting out and then I'll read like a ton one day and then I just put the book down and not read anything for the next 5 days. So it's not going great, but I do have new bookshelves. I felt like I needed more space to put my collection, and so I got these pretty new shelves, which I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I think they look so cute, and I think they fill up the wall quite nicely because before it was just a very blank wall and now it's actually filled with more books. So I put my classics up there, and then yeah. I will hopefully eventually do a bookshelf tour because now I actually have a lot of books here. But I feel like I still need to rearrange them a little bit because they're still a bit chaotic and I'm not entirely happy with it. But for now, all the books are in their place, so that's good. So I'm currently reading Daisy Haites by Jessa Hastings. This is actually a reread for me. I read this sometime last year. I want to say around like summer, like sometime last year. It's not actually been that long. It's not even been a year, but I wanted to reread it before I read The Long Way Home and The Great Undoing, because I just want to be in the universe. Like, I want to be obsessed with the Magnolia Parks universe, and I'm actually enjoying this more the second time around. Like, I'm enjoying it more this time. I found Daisy so annoying the first time that I read this book. Like, I found her so grating, and this time around I'm more okay with it. Like, I feel like I'm liking her more now, and I think what also really annoyed me the first time that I read it was the whole like, we're like gang royalty, like we're the mafia, like we are so dangerous, and I was like, you are literally like a 20-year-old girl. I still feel that way, but I feel like I'm accepting it more. I'm suspending my disbelief. I'm like, okay, yeah, she is just like born into a crime family, whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, girlie, you're 20. Like, you're just a girl. But, you know, I really love Christian. Christian's my favorite. I feel like he's one of my favorite guys in the entire Magnolia Parks universe, and I really like him. So I'm mainly reading this for Christian. And I'm also just so excited to continue the series. Like, I'm really, really excited to read the rest of it. So, yeah. My plan for today is to finish it. Like, I only have like this much left, so I don't have that much left. I think it's like 80 pages or something. So I think I can definitely finish it tonight. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to pick up next. I have a couple of options. I could jump straight into Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, which I do have now. I got it for my birthday last week. Or I could read something else. I also have a couple of like Kindle books that I want to get to. I have this one Tessa Bailey novella, Same Time Next Year, I think it's called. I'm not sure. I could read that one. I would be very interested in reading something short just to feel like I'm getting on top of my Goodreads challenge. I also got a really exciting one for my birthday, which is Caught Up by Liz Tomford. Oh, I'm so excited to finally have this. I don't have Kindle Unlimited anymore, so I read the first 2 books on Kindle Unlimited, but I don't have it anymore, so I don't have access to the third one, so I ended up getting this physically for my birthday, and I'm so excited for it. I kind of hate the cover, but I love these books. I loved the second one so much, so I'm excited to hopefully read this soon. I also need to continue the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I really want to read Escaping from Houdini. So those are just some of the options that I have. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be picking up next, but for now, let's read Daisy Haites. I'm excited to update once I finish it and just kind of like see how it compares. Last time I gave this 3 stars. I feel like it's still sitting on a 3 star, maybe a 3.5, maybe a 4 star. But I don't think it'll go any higher than that because, I don't know, I'm just not a biggest fan of Daisy. I just find her a bit annoying, and I feel like she acts so tough and like so rough on the surface, and I feel like she's sometimes being a bit unfair to the people around her, but you know, maybe that is just me. But yeah, so much for that. I'm gonna go and read and eat something because I kind of forgot to have lunch. So I was at uni all day. I had to do some work in the office and I proofread my friend's bachelor thesis. So I've just been really busy and I just got home and now I'm like, I should probably go eat. So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna update once I have something to say about Daisy Haites. I'm not sure how I feel about this lighting, but we're gonna have to deal with it. But I have a reading update. It's now like 3-4 hours later. I read a little bit more. I got up to page 374, so I have like the tiniest bit of it remaining. I'm definitely finishing it tonight, I reckon. But I did have to, like, I have to do a quick vent about it because I just posted on my bookstagram that I get so like annoyed at the amount of like spelling errors and like typos in this book, and it's so grating. I feel like I paid attention to it more when I read it the first time, but even now still like I'm noticing things and I'm like, it's so grating. Like, I don't know, like I lived in London for a while and I worked in the area that Daisy Haites lives in, and they wrote Brompton Road as Brampton Road, and I'm like, how did Jessa Hastings put in an entire like description of a route that they're driving with the car, and she gets like one of the main roads wrong? Like, was this on purpose? But like, it's not like she changed any of the other locations in London, so I don't think it's to like falsify it or like make it like fake streets. Like, every other street that she wrote exists. It's just Brompton Road that she misspelled, and I'm like, how do none of you catch on? Like, do we not have editors? But despite all of the negative things I'm saying, I am really enjoying it. Like, I am loving the experience reading it. I love the universe. I love like the characters. I feel like there's such a good kind of like character set, and at this point, like where I'm like kind of like 2 books into the universe, I kind of know all of the characters. I know who's who, I know what their dynamics are, and like it is fun. It's giving me kind of like vibes of like a big cast of characters, like in like the Shadowhunter universe or in like other classic book series where you have a like large set of characters and they all kind of know each other and they all have different dynamics and people are fighting and other people are together, and like I love that. But the writing is, I had to speak about it because I feel like I was very positive in my earlier clip and now I've just noticed things and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like as someone who studied language, I'm not loving it. I'm not loving the writing, but like it's so fun to consume and it's so easy to read. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish the book and then I'm going to do like one final update and then I'll let you know what I read next. I'll probably spend the entire evening reading. It's currently like 9 p.m. so I have like a couple more hours before I need to go to bed. So I reckon I can definitely finish this and probably start something new afterwards. I'm thinking probably in the novella by Tessa Bailey. Probably the novella. We shall see. I'll keep you guys updated. I have finished Daisy Haites. I just finished it. I honestly didn't remember that ending. Like, it all came back to me as I was reading, but I didn't actually remember what exactly happened. And I'm low-key heartbroken and also very excited to continue reading. Like, I'm actually really excited now for the next books. Both for the next Magnolia Parks and also actually for the next Daisy Haites. Like, why am I excited? But I do think, because I am like still 4 books behind my reading challenge, that I'll probably read something like short in between. I am really thinking about picking up that Tessa Bailey novella. Do I think it's gonna be good? Probably not, but that's fine because I don't really have a lot of other short books on my TBR. Like, now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure what else I would pick up. Ooh, I also actually can do a little birthday book haul because I don't know, I love when people do like impromptu book hauls in their vlogs. So I might do that and I might show you all the books that I got for my birthday. Because it's actually really exciting. So let me go grab the books and then we can talk about it. Okay, here we go. This is the stack. Let's go through them. So I already spoke about having received Caught Up by Liz Tomford. This is the third book in the Windy City series, so Mile High and The Right Move. I really like the first two. Like, The Right Move was probably one of my favorite romances of last year, so I'm really excited to add this. To be honest, I'm not too sure what this is about. I think this is like a single dad trope, and then he's probably also an athlete. Yeah, he's a starting pitcher for Chicago's MLB team. I wish I knew what that was. Not a sports girly, I don't know. But I think he hires like a babysitter, and I think he falls in love with his babysitter, which is a trope that we love. And then from my parents, I obviously also got the third and fourth Magnolia Parks books. So we have The Long Way Home and Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, which is actually shorter than I imagined. But I love this cover. Does anyone else just like adore this cover? Then from my parents, I also got Rouge by Mona Awad. Now, Mona Awad and I have a really complicated relationship. Because I refuse to read Bunny because I don't think I would like it. And I have read All's Well, and I didn't love it. I found it wasn't really a book for me. I don't think it was for me. I read that as part of a book club and it was fine. I gave it like 3.5 stars. I just didn't really love it as much as everyone else does. I just don't think it was for me, but I like the themes that Rouge is about and I do want to give it a chance, and it is once again a book club pick for that same book club for Jamie's Patreon. And because I do like to participate in the book club live shows and reads, I did get this because I do want to participate in the book club again because I've skipped the last like 2 months. I think I didn't participate in January or February, and this one's for March, so I'm hoping to be back on track in March. I'm so sorry for not reading any of the book club picks this year yet. I want to do better. And then on my birthday, or like the day before, we actually went book shopping and I picked up The Kind Worth Saving by Peter Swanson. The Kind Worth Killing is one of my favorite like thrillers, and it took so many turns. And I knew that The Kind Worth Saving was out for a while, but I was waiting for it to come out in like the small size paperback so that it would match my copy of The Kind Worth Killing. And it's finally out, and I had like a bookstore voucher, and so I got this for myself. And then at my birthday party, I actually received 2 books from 2 fellow readers. So the first one is Exciting Times by Nersha Dolan, which I'm so excited about. This is, I believe, just like a literary fiction, kind of like Sully Rooney-esque, Mona Awad-esque, I don't know. I'm not too sure what it's about. I'm excited. I have heard mixed things about this. I know that Jamie didn't really like it, but I'm willing to give it a chance. And you know, if someone gifts this to me, like, I'm obviously going to read it. So excited about that. And then I also received this honestly gorgeous edition of Starling House. Starling House is one that has been on my radar for a while, and I have wanted to get it. But I was kind of waiting for one of my friends to maybe read it first to see if I would like it. But now I got a copy, and I honestly think this is such a beautiful cover. Like, I'm obsessed with it. So I'm really excited to read this. I am getting more into my fantasy era this year. Like, I feel like I'm more in like a fantasy mood. I've been reading a lot more like fantasies. Like, I read Divine Rivals. I'm still in the middle of the Cruel Prince series. And I've picked up like a lot of other fantasies that I want to read. So I feel like I'm in my fantasy era again. And Starling House is one that I've heard like really good things about, so I'm really excited. So those were all the books that I got for my birthday. Let me try and pile them up again so I can show you. Honestly, a bigger birthday book haul than I thought it would be. Like, I thought I wouldn't receive any books, because everyone always tells me like, you're so hard to give books to because we don't know what you have, and like, I have a lot of books, so it's fair. But I think my friends did pretty good on the choices. So yeah, those are the books. Yeah, I think realistically the next one I'm gonna read from this pile is probably The Long Way Home, and then probably in March, obviously I'm gonna read Rouge for the book club, so I reckon I'll read those first. But do let me know if there's any of the other ones that you like highly recommend that you think I should read next as well, and I will try to prioritize them and probably fail, because I always do that. But yeah, so much for the reading update. I think I'm gonna now pick up the Tessa Bailey novella, short story, whatever it is. I think it's called Same Time Next Year, but I will update once I actually start reading it, I guess. So yeah, see you guys when I have something to talk about. Good morning. I just got ready because I am actually going home to my parents' house today. So I have not done any reading yet so far today. I also didn't do any more reading yesterday. I finished Daisy Haites and then I immediately like downloaded Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey, and I put it on my Goodreads as like currently reading, and then I saw the reviews. Why were all of the top reviews like 1-star reviews? I was like, oh my god, this book's gonna be horrible, and then put me off reading it. But I think I might just try and read it all in one day today. I think I might just do that and like try and read all of it today. And I've just packed. I just got my stuff ready because I'm actually going away for a few days. I'm actually going away to Cologne to see Maisie Peters in concert, and I might also visit a friend afterwards. It's not completely set in stone yet, but I want to visit her really badly because I haven't seen her in a while and I think it could be fun. So I'm gonna see if that happens. I'm gonna try and film as much as I can and bring you guys along. Maybe I'll insert some like concert clips from Maisie, but yeah, it's been a bit of a busy morning, so I have to go eat lunch and then head off to my parents' house where I can do a little check-in and tell you if I ended up reading anything today, or maybe not. welcome back. I'm back home, as you can tell. I hope you enjoyed the little B-roll footage of me traveling through Germany and going to Cologne for a concert and then also visiting my friend. I didn't really do any updates because I was just constantly with people. I was never alone for a single moment. And I was also just really busy, but I did actually end up doing some reading today. I did a lot of reading today. I think I read like about 200 to 50 pages on the trains. Basically, I ended up taking a really long route home, but it ended up being free for me because I have like a ticket that allows me to travel on all like local trains, but no like intercity trains. So I couldn't take any of the like nice fast trains that get me home in like 2 hours. Instead, I took a journey that took me 10 hours to get home. I spent 10 hours on trains today, which is why I look like this. But but I made it, so now I'm home and I can tell you what I read. So let me get up my iPad so I can show you. I ended up finishing Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey. This is one of the Amazon original stories that is included if you have Amazon Prime. And I gave this 2.5 stars, leaning more towards a 2-star. I rounded it up to a 2-star on Goodreads. Just because it's free doesn't mean you should read it. This is a trap I fall into all the time with like the free books you can get at like the library or like in like boxes like at the side of the road in those little free libraries or on Prime Reading, and it's a trap I fall into all the time, and it's not the best idea because just because it's free does not mean it's good. And I don't know. First of all, wouldn't I think I was reading Tessa Bailey on a public train? On a busy train where I had people sitting next to me? I don't know what I was thinking. I have no idea what I was thinking, but it was not a good idea. There were so many smut scenes and also just like really explicit language. I was like, oh, I can't wait to like lap her cunt. And I was like, in public. I'm in public. I'm on a train. So I ended up skipping like the smut scenes. So I ended up skipping half the book, it felt like. And it was also just a really basic story. I didn't like either of the characters. Like the female main character, she was fine. She had a lot of commitment issues. She was just not ready to commit. And then the male main character was very much like, I'm going to make her like fall in love with me, like I'm going to show her how committed I am. And I'm like, at this point you're becoming a bit obsessive, because if she's telling you she's not a relationship girl but you're deciding to convince her to be a relationship girl, I'm not sure if that's such a green flag, but okay. They ended up, you know, probably being happily ever after. It's a romance novel after all. So that was that. I finished that and then I thought, okay, I'd rather just read something else. So then I started Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, and I read the first 48 pages of this. It is fun, like I'm so ready to be back in this world, but it's just a really thick book, and with me having to like switch trains all the time, I just didn't feel like taking this out of my bag every time and putting it back in, and it was just very clunky to read on the train. So I ended up not picking this up that much. Like I read the first 48 pages and it was fun. I'm excited to continue it, but I feel like it's a book that I need to read like in the comfort of my own home and not on the train, just because it's so chunky. So then instead I picked up a book that was not even like really on my TBR. It was not really one that I was even considering picking up. That is Notes on Heartbreak by Annie Lord. I picked this up because it was 99 cents on Kindle at some point, and I thought, you know what, like I love reading a little bit more like a non-fiction or a novel about heartbreak. I'm not even sure if it is entirely non-fiction. She does refer to herself as Annie, but like it reads more like a story. I thought it was more like Dolly Alderton, where it's like life lessons, but it does read like a novel, but I think it is probably just her recounting her real breakup. But it's like one big story. It's not like life lessons like it is in like the Dolly Alderton Everything I Know About Love book. So this is one story, but I'm obsessed with it already. Like, I could tell immediately that I was going to eat this up. I'm already like on page 150. Like, I read 150 pages of this on the train. I flew through this. I'm enjoying it so much. I probably will finish this tonight because I just want to keep reading. It's about this woman who has a breakup. Her boyfriend of 5 years breaks up with her, and she is really lost, and she kind of recounts the entire things that happened after her breakup. And I genuinely feel like we are missing books like this. I want more books about heartbreak because I think it's such an intense emotion, and it's such a universal thing that most of us go through at some point. And when I went through my first heartbreak, I was desperate for stories like this, and I felt like the only person who really discussed it was Dolly Alderton, and I've been looking for books that are similar to Dolly Alderton ever since, and I feel like this is perfect. So if you liked things like Ghosts or Everything I Know About Love, then this book is perfect for you. It's so fun. Well, not fun specifically, but it's really good. It's so well written. I've highlighted already so many quotes, like some of my favorite quotes. Let me see. She talks about the relationship, and she says, "We always made decisions as a team. Maybe that's why he did it, because he wanted to start making decisions all on his own." Yes, I agree. And then she talks about how, like, her ex-boyfriend doesn't seem to cry about the ending of the relationship, and she says, "If he never cries, does that mean his grieving process never ends? Or does it mean he never grieves at all?" Questions that I asked myself when I was going through it, like, so perfect. Yeah, I have so many highlights already, and like, I'm only halfway through, and I'm so excited to continue. Like, I can tell that this is probably going to be a 5-star, and I'm so excited for it. I love this. So yeah, I'm currently reading Notes on Heartbreak, and it's phenomenal. But I also have a mini book haul because I did treat myself to one book when I was in Cologne. I didn't really have the space in my luggage to bring a lot of books home with me, but I did pick up one, and it's a book that I've been wanting for ages, and I need to read this because my friend Kiala highly recommended it to me and said that I would absolutely love it, and she thinks it's completely up my alley, and I just need to read it, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. I've actually never read a V. Schwab before, and I think that's a crime. I think I would probably enjoy her books a lot if I finally picked one up. And it's finally time. I'm gonna read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm back in like my fantasy era, and I think I'm ready to finally read this. I tried reading this once before on audiobook, but I think I gave up after like 2 chapters because I realized audiobook just wasn't the right format for this for me. And I realized I just needed to pick it up physically and actually read it, because I don't retain information when I read something on audiobook. It goes in there and out there. Like, I don't retain anything, and I think I would enjoy it a lot more if I read it physically. So I'm excited to get to it. I'm excited to finally have a copy. I got this really beautiful white gold cover, and I'm excited to put this on my TBR. I don't know where I'll put it because my TBR is bursting at its seams, but I will try to read more so that my TBR shelf frees up, because as you can see, we don't have space. Like, bottom shelf is full. There's no space, but you know, we'll make it work. Okay, I think I'm gonna go and unpack my stuff because I literally just got home and haven't unpacked yet. I just immediately wanted to film an update. And then I think I'm gonna sit in bed, make a cup of tea, and like read Notes on Heartbreak because I'm obsessed with it, and I just want to keep reading. Like, if I can finish the last 150 pages tonight, I will. And I'll probably update later if I did. Let's not be too optimistic because it is another like 3-4 hours of reading if I do that. But like, I would love it. I would love it. I'm so far behind my Goodreads challenge. I need to catch up. So like, if I finish 2 books in one day, that would be perfect. I'll keep you updated. So see you soon. Good morning. Good morning. It is Sunday. I have made myself a cup of coffee. It's literally already noon. It's like 12:30, but I spent the morning chilling in bed and just relaxing and watching Jamie's Twitch stream. And now I am ready to read. I just got ready for the day and I'm excited to spend the entire day in bed. I obviously did not finish Notes on Heartbreak last night. I don't know who I thought I was. I got up to page like 210. So I read like 50 more pages, but I did manage to get to halfway. And I think if I read a lot today, I can get it finished today. Like, I think I can do it today. I think I can finish it today. I'm about to start doing some reading sprints with my friend Sharon, and I think Jamie might join us as well. So I think we're going to try and get as much reading done today as possible. It's a Sunday, so I'm feeling like having a cozy day. Since I just got back from traveling, I feel like I need like a day to like recover, reset and rest, and just be like a bit more antisocial, just because I spent the last few days with friends constantly 24/7. So I feel like I need a day to myself, and I'm gonna treat myself to that. I'm gonna have a typical Sunday, and yeah, I think our reading sprint's starting literally right now, so I'm gonna get cozy in bed and do some reading. Reading update. I finished Notes on Heartbreak by Annie Lord and I loved it. What can I say? I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was beautiful. I think it's such a valuable read. So if you like kind of like stories about people being like lost in their 20s, getting over a breakup, if you like the emotional aspect of falling in love with like yourself and your friendships and realizing that you might not need a relationship to fulfill yourself, I would highly recommend reading this. Like, this was so good. And I think for the Dolly Alderton girlies out there, read this. It's perfect. It's like more of ghosts and of everything I know about love. Like, it's so fun. So yeah, I'm really happy. I got to finish this, and one book further getting back on track with my reading challenge. I'm now 3 books behind. So still quite a lot, but I think we're gonna get there. We're getting there. I think I'm now gonna continue reading Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, because I already started that yesterday and I do really want to get through that one. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I'll read Magnolia Parks and I'll update you if there is anything noteworthy to say. I probably will also end the vlog soon, just because I have no idea how much I need to film for these, but I feel like because we're at the end of the week, it might be nice to end it here, because then it can actually be a weekly vlog, because it is Sunday, and so it might be nice. It might be nice to have actual weekly vlogs, and then I can maybe start filming again tomorrow. We shall see. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. See you guys soon. Okay, last update. I read a little bit more of Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I made it to page 70, so not very far. But I just realised that I read a lot over the past 2 days, and I'm just getting out of the reading slump, and I felt like I really got through a lot of pages the last few days, so I'm really happy with the result. Like, I think we got through a lot. So in the past week, I think I finished Daisy Hates, Same Time Next Year, and Notes on Heartbreak. So I finished 3 books and I started number 4, Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. So I'm gonna drag this one into next week. I mean, I'm only read like this much, so I still have a long way to go, but I feel like this can be my priority next week. And yeah, I'm gonna try and vlog next week as well. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna film, because I might have a friend staying with me for a couple of days. But we'll see. I mean, we shall see how it goes. I'll definitely try and read a lot. Like, I'm in such a reading mood. I love reading. I'm so excited to get back on track with my reading challenge and maybe even get ahead and just kind of like have a really good reading month in March. I still have the entirety of March off from university, so really there should be nothing stopping me. Like, I should have no excuses not to read. So I'm gonna try and read as much as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully very soon in a new video. If you want to, you can subscribe, and I will also link my bookstagram in the description because I do have one. Not that I use it super often, but it exists. So yeah, hopefully see you soon, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!